We're back.
We are.
Back home again
Uh-huh.
in Indiana. Are you going to sing for us?
Not yet.
We always do that when we get back from a trip. We sing back home
Oh, yeah.
again
We do.
in Indiana. Indiana's the best kept secret in our opinion.
Oh,
we
it
love,
is.
We
For
love
sure.
Indiana.
For sure.
So I took a trip to New Orleans, and it was fun. And you guys, if you saw the video last week, we had it. Elaine was not crowned queen.
I thought she was. I saw something on her head.
It was a princess. It was a blow-up
Uh-huh.
crown. Nothing like this very fancy blingy. There was no bling on her crown, by the way, Mom.
I know. I know.
So, but you weren't very pleased, were you?
No, not at all when I saw it. I was being replaced. I didn't like it.
You were not being replaced, but
No,
you weren't in New Orleans. I had no choice.
And I didn't even get one of those crazy hats. I mean, I ate all the fudge she brought back, but
she did get candy.
I did get candy.
Is it in the tin?
It's gone.
Yeah, it never made it. Never made it in the tin.
No.
So anyway, we're back, and yes, we did have a great time. Elaine and I on a balcony in New Orleans, overlooking the Mississippi, did our Porchcast, and we talked about coincidences and how people come into our lives. Things happen sometimes in perfect timing, and how God orchestrates that. And I love the story that Elaine told about her past.
Yes.
That she had to make a decision, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about our past and how it can be an obstacle to moving forward. It can help us or it can hurt us.
It can be a learning experience, and it should be.
Yes,
But,
hopefully. Right. So anyway, sometimes to move forward, you have to say goodbye to things in your past. Sometimes people, and I know that's happened to me, and in order to move forward. So, Mom, I think you had something in your new house. So, Mom's, we're going to have a special guest next week, but we're not going to tell you.
No.
But anyway, Mom's been in her house for about a year, hint, hint.
Yeah.
And we're finishing some decorating, and Mom put together some beautiful, large, we should have brought them. Collages.
And they were pictures of my children from when they were born, of weddings, anything in our lives. And I couldn't wait to get them hung up on the wall. And my apartments were too small, but we got them out of storage, had them all ready to hang. In fact, my husband made a board they could hang from, and I began to look at them. And I looked at them a lot, and I was getting sad. And I didn't at first connect them with the pictures, but it was the pictures. And I love to look at the pictures from the past, but to do it every day, I just had some sad reminders, and I found it was counterproductive. And I do have pictures on the wall that I look at, but I know myself, I have to live in the present, and I look forward to the future, and I learn from the past. And so, the past cannot dominate my life any more than anyone else's, really. It was great while we were there. The past is a memory, the future is unknown, but the present is a gift. I like that saying.
Right. Yeah,
I do.
That's great. I love your attitude, Mom. And these pictures, they really are beautiful, but some of them are sad. I lost my brother Jim. So, to see them all the time, every day, I think is difficult. And so I think they're going to end up here. I have a feeling.
Many things.
They're coming my way. They end up here. But that's
here.
okay. I'll take one for the team. But it's true. And I think we need to, as you've said to me, visit the past, right?
Yeah.
But not stay there.
No.
And so, and I think learning from it is really important too, because I think there are certain threads in your life, if you reflect and look on them, that tell a story. I'm a storyteller, and a pattern, and I love what one of my pastors said to me, Dr. Richard Baker. You remember Dr. Baker?
Yes.
And he looked at me one day and he said, when I was kind of just discerning, do I go down a pastor path? And I talked about this in my story last week. or a new, different path, which is what happened with my writing. And he said to me one day, go back to the sandbox. And I thought that was just it's a simple but profound statement, which means, what are those things that brought you so much joy even when you were little? I mean, there were signs of things. And remember, I had a school in the basement?
Yes.
I always loved to teach, and I like to teach now through my writing. And I lead groups for Bible studies and things.
I was the principal, by the way.
You were, and maybe the superintendent. You didn't have a crown, though.
No,
She's upped it up. She's up to her game now.
Yeah.
She's gone from principal to queen.
And
queen
this
mother.
was such a joy to go down the basement and see Julie. She actually taught a couple of our neighbors to read. And I just thought it was wonderful. And she was really, really on fire with this. And she's a teacher.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. And even my Bible, I remember that little white, we grew up Catholic, that white communion purse.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got all these little things I could have brought, but I had a little Bible in it. I was even very intrigued as a young girl with the Bible and reading my Bible. And so it's just interesting when I kind of step back there and look at some of the things that I'm finally doing now, finally figuring it out, that they were always kind of in there. But, we don't want to dwell on things that have, especially our mistakes. We want to learn from them. And we're going to have a story this week. I had a couple of stories about going back to my last house. Because I went to help my old neighbor, and how I ended up in my old kitchen, and just this whole going back and trying to move forward. And then I also wrote a story about my wedding dress from my broken engagement.
Remember that.
And that thing hung in my closet. I don't know why. I was looking at the bag every day for probably a year.
Yeah.
And finally I was like, one of us has got to go. And that dress, by the way, did make it down the aisle. It's a great story.
It is.
And I have a picture of the bride who eventually wore my dress. So,
Yes.
so I didn't need to go down the aisle. I wasn't supposed to go down the aisle in that dress, but the dress made it. That was important.
Somebody made
because I know you like the dresses. By the way, not to distract, I don't have bling, but look I have pom-pom earrings.
I like it.
Does the queen approve
Oh,
of
yeah.
the outfit?
Oh, yes, I noticed right away.
Okay. This, because you look great.
Well,
But you've got bling, of course. I don't have bling, but the pom-poms were part of our hat ensemble.
oh dear.
God, it was fun. It was fun. So anyway, we want to move forward. We want to learn. We want to remain positive, and just visit the past, but not stay there. I think that was a great thought, Mom.
I'm writing now, and that's something I wanted to do as a young girl. I'd make up these stories. I don't know where I got them from, but it was enjoyment for me, and it was kind of like a hobby. So
you've been a writer your whole life.
Well,
you're just now making it public. See,
off and on. But it was fun for me, and it could be fun for you. I mean, everybody's got a story.
Everyone has a story, and if you someday maybe you might end up on the porch with us.
Who knows?
So, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave our past right here on the porch.
That's a good
We're moving
place.
forward.
We're
not going to pick it back up next week, because next week we're going to pick up the present and the future with our special guest. So
I'm not telling,
no,
but
we're not
I know
telling.
who it
you
is.
know who it is. It's going to be fun. So tune in. Look for our newsletter. She's waving. This means that it's time to go.
It is. It is.
And we're going to send a feedback email. We'd love to get some feedback. Please leave comments. We're probably going to do one newsletter a week instead of the two, with the Porchcast and the newsletter. What do you think about that, Mom?
That's great. I am so busy. I try to squeeze this in, but
it's
my
hard.
calendar is full.
I got to grab her when I can get her. I know, and you couldn't go to New Orleans with me, Mom, because you were off in Ohio.
Yes.
So you can't get mad at me for having a substitute princess. She was crowned princess.
I didn't get that part. It just seemed like she was queen.
No, you got to watch it again. It was princess, and she said she would never step aside or make it like that she was taking your place. She made it very clear. She stepped aside. I mean, so yeah.
All right.
So don't worry. But you'll be with me maybe on the next trip. But next week, come back.
Yes.
We will be right here in Indiana on the porch, overlooking the pond. And Toto just woke up, so that's a good sign.
All right.
So
we'll see you
take
later.
care and tune in and subscribe to our newsletter.
Uh-huh.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.